Source unit. What is the composition of a source unit? We have been talking about source unit, which is a flexible and inclusive unit which is being proposed for the teachers in the curriculum. Let's have a look at what is the composition. If you will be preparing a source unit for the teacher or source plan for the teachers for in your curriculum document, so what is it you will have to worry about, and what are the different ingredients which are to be there in this source unit? First of all, a statement of major objectives expected to be attained by the students out of the learning experiences which are provided in this source unit. वो कौन से objectives हैं जो आप चाहते हैं कि इस source unit में आप शामिल करें और उन लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंसेस को अचीव कर लें जो हमने अपने सोर्स यूनिट में दिए हुए हैं. वी हैव आइडेंटिफाइड द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स एंड दीज आर द मेजर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स. These objectives will be achieved by the learning experiences which are given in the same document. Remember that learning experiences have to be in the same document, because what objective we identify, these objectives are being generally attained by going through the experiences which are being proposed in this source unit. So, हमने objectives को identify कर लिया, and we have identified those objectives and we have put in the source unit. और ये objectives हम attain या achieve कैसे करेंगे? जब हम learning experiences को जो हमने अपने source unit में define कर दिए हैं, classroom में बच्चों को करवाएंगे तो objectives की achievement भी हो जाएगी. The second thing is a description of variety of learning experiences to achieve the given objectives. While we say that we have defined different objectives and these objectives can be achieved by the learning experiences or the collection of learning experiences which are being proposed in the source unit. In the second stage, we look at that what kind of learning experiences they are given in the source unit. So we give a collection of learning experiences, a wide range of learning experiences in the source unit, and these learning experiences can be used to achieve the objectives which are being proposed in the source unit. Again, we have to ensure that if there is one objective, it can be attained by using many different learning experiences. Similarly, many objectives can be achieved by using one learning experience effectively inside the classroom. So, our learning experience which is given in the source unit will ensure that objectives which are being identified as per its achievement, it is given, and number of objectives can vary and the learning experiences can vary. So, the source unit must have major objectives to be achieved. In relevance to these objectives, there has to be identified certain learning experiences which are being given in the source unit and which can be experienced in the classroom, and achievement of objectives can be done effectively. The third thing what we want in our source unit or a plan for the teachers is that an outline which is in a detail of culminating experiences which can help students at the end, that they can integrate and they can organize what they have learned inside the classroom. What does it mean exactly? That we want to give certain concluding experiences for the students or certain culminating experiences for the students, so that once they have experienced through the learning experiences and they have looked at the objectives that what was to be achieved, so in the end certain activities are to be given so that a chance is given to the students so that they can integrate what they have learned, and they can also organize and they can describe what they have learned through these experiences in the classroom. So we want to see how effectively the learning experiences are being used by the teacher in the classroom, and to what extent the objectives which were given in that source unit, they are being achieved by the students. So while we have a source unit, it should have certain objectives, it should have learning experiences, then it should have certain concluding experiences which will enable students to reflect upon their learning and to be able to integrate what they have learned, and they can put it in a sequence, that what they have learned out of the unit while it was being taught by the teacher in their classroom. So we have to ensure that any teacher will be making use of this source unit, or she will be identifying certain objectives which are to be fulfilled by the learning experiences given in the source unit. We have to mention certain experiences which will create a situation where students will be reflecting and they will be assessing their own learning, that to what extent they have learned out of this source unit which is being used by the teacher. Once we have done this, the fourth step is, and the fourth ingredient which is to be there in the source unit, is a list of source materials. We have given objectives, we have identified learning experiences, we have also given certain experiences for the purpose of evaluation and for the purpose of revision for the students. The fourth thing which is to be there in the source unit is that there should be a list of materials. It is a resource which is helpful in developing the unit. A teacher who wants to develop a unit for her class out of this source unit, she should be able to have a support in the form of books. We can identify certain books and certain references where she can get help to plan her unit. There got to be certain videos we can suggest. There has to be certain audio tapes for this. We can have certain slides, we can have maps, we can have pictures, we can have recordings from different places, and we can add some CDs and DVDs in this source unit so that teachers can make use of all these resources and can plan effectively for her classroom. So source unit must have objectives, learning experiences, certain experiences which will help students to review their learning and to make connections between and among the concepts and skills and values they have learned. And then we have to identify certain resources for the teachers. This can be फिल्म की फॉर्म में हो सकती हैं, पिक्चर्स की फॉर्म में हो सकती हैं, फ्लैश कार्ड्स की शक्ल में हो सकती हैं, अखबार की पिक्चर्स हो सकती हैं, वीडियो टेप्स हो सकती हैं. ये तमाम चीज़ें हम अपने सोर्स यूनिट में डाल सकते हैं. द फिफ्थ थिंग विच इज़ टू बी देयर इज़ द एक्सपेक्टेड लेवल ऑफ डेवलपमेंट. जो हम किसी भी एलिमेंट का, करिकुलम के एलिमेंट का हम चाहते हैं बच्चे समझ लें, वो इसमें डिफाइन होना चाहिए. For example, if we say that these are the skills students will be learning and these are the concepts, so these concepts, to what extent students will be developing, that should be defined in this particular curriculum जो आप किसी भी सब्जेक्ट के लिए बना रहे होते हैं. This is required for two reasons. अगर हम ये डिफाइन कर देते हैं कि कितना एलिमेंट और किस डेवलपमेंट लेवल तक हमने पढ़ाना है या किस डेप्थ तक हमने पढ़ाना है, तो एक तो हम बच जाते हैं कि एक यूजलेस किस्म की डुप्लीकेशन नहीं होती और हम अपना वक्त बचा सकते हैं. बिल्कुल इसके साथ साथ वी कैन ऑल्सो अवॉइड एनी काइंड ऑफ ओमिशन कि हम किसी चीज को भूल जाएं और हम किसी किस्म का लूप होल छोड़ दें जब हम यूनिट प्लान डेवलप कर रहे होते हैं. सो वंस वी हैव आइडेंटिफाइड दैट व्हाट एक्सटेंट दिस डेवलपमेंट विल टेक प्लेस, इट सेव्स आवर टाइम, it helps us to be more organized, to have a good sequence, a continuity and an integration within the source unit which we are proposing. And all of us, we should remember that this is very important for students learning, that there should not be any gap left in their learning process, in developing any conceptual idea, in developing skills or in developing certain dispositions.